Hello and welcome to Talking Tent, a podcast about movies and television.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Irma.
It is officially 2024. Please go back and listen to our last episode where we talked about all of our most anticipated movies coming out this year. This episode, we are doing our most anticipated and not so anticipated. We're just running through all the shows that we know about that are coming out next year. We love television. Irma loves television. We're excited. It's a new year, new you. That was a general you, not you, darling.
Why are you trying to replace me?
No, how dare you? All right, so this one I'm going to format a little differently because television just has way less official releases. So basically the first 3 months of the year is pretty well mapped out. So we're going to talk about that first. And then there's going to be a block of new shows we don't know when they're coming out, and then returning shows that we watch that we don't know when they're coming out.
It's also hard too with TV because there's so many different platforms. Like, what was it yesterday? We signed up for Acorn TV.
Yes, we did.
Saying,
I have to cancel that.
Yeah,
watched. There was an Agatha Christie adaptation from 2015 of And Then There Were None, which was excellent. Highly recommend it. You can go on Amazon and get a week free of Acorn TV, and they have that miniseries.
That's
3
what
episodes.
I'm saying. Like, there's just way too many platforms to keep track of. It's just like insane. The amount of TV. So much TV. I did my best to write down all the platforms that they're on. So not that any from Acorn TV?
No. But let's get right to it. We got a lot to cover. In January, coming out like right now and dropping all the episodes, much like Netflix, but this is Disney, and it is one of the only Marvel things coming out this year. It is called Echo. And it's been delayed many times. They pushed a lot of stuff back because they're kind of assessing and trying to understand how much they're saturating the market. But this is the Hawkeye spinoff of the kind of, she started off the antagonist, but then she came around, was the deaf woman in Hawkeye. And all of the episodes are dropping at once, which I think not only for I'm hoping it doesn't mean it's bad. I think it means that Hawkeye, the show, was kind of like a long movie split up into 6 parts. And I'm hoping maybe they just followed that, like it's maybe 1 or 2 days of her life.
I don't know. I feel like I haven't heard good things. So
have you heard? You've heard.
Yeah.
I don't know who has seen it.
Well, I don't know if anyone's seen it, but there's been a lot of reshoots, a lot of discourse. And so I think, Dumpuary.
Yeah, mega we'll see on that. And it'll just be a quick watch, I think. That's on Disney. A weird one. I don't know. It's on Peacock. They're making Ted into a television show. So Ted of the Talking Bear, Seth MacFarlane Talking Bear. This is a prequel to, so Mark Wahlberg is not in it, but Mark Wahlberg's character.
Did this need a prequel?
No. Mark Wahlberg's character as a child is in it. So him like having the bear and whatever. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're going to see this? You're going to watch it?
Maybe. I'll give it a whirl. It's on Peacock. Next, we actually talked about this because I thought it was supposed to come out, but this might have been a pushback. Spielberg's third World War II miniseries that he's done previously, both of them, Band of Brothers and The Pacific, were on HBO. Now Apple is taking over the reins, and this one is called Masters of the Air, and obviously it is all about the planes and fighter pilots, starring Austin Butler having just a massive year, Barry Keoghan, who's always good, and for Irma, Nguti Gatwa is in this as well, as he's about to blow up as Doctor Who. This is good. All of the previous ones, although Band of Brothers is pretty old at this point, but I assume it's going to be good. How could it not be good?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got Apple's money.
Apple's money, Spielberg's behind it. And finally in January, potentially awesome one that I barely heard about, but I'm excited for. It's called Monsieur Spade. And the reason I wouldn't have known about this at all, but the reason why I'm excited for it is because it is Scott Frank's next show after the beloved Queen's Gambit. He also did Logan. So he's not just a TV boy.
Yeah.
But Queen's Gambit with Anya Taylor-Joy was awesome. This one is starring Clive Owen. who is also awesome. And it's about the famous detective Sam Spade is now 60 and living as an expat in the south of France in 1963.
Ooh.
So like that's pretty open-ended. I don't know what happens with him. I don't know if he gets back into detecting or it's kind of just about an old man. Either way, he made an incredible show about chess. So I think like whatever it is, we'll see.
And this is on Netflix?
It's on, oh no, sorry. It's on AMC.
Oh.
So yeah.
What's AMC on?
AMC Plus. I think I don't know if it's on any of the bigger ones.
Oh.
So it's on like obviously normal television.
Yeah.
And then I
thought
AMC
it was like connected
Plus.
to something else. But
I'm sure it'll
not.
be on Hulu.
Yeah.
Most things are eventually get to Hulu. You might just have to wait a day or two. That one, who knows? That one could be really good. February, moving right along. So we just finished Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix, which was awesome. There is another show that could be very similar, although it's live action. Shogun is coming out on FX on Hulu.
Is that also about Imperial Japan?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I think this could be really good after watching Blue Eye Samurai.
We actually saw a trailer for it in the movie theater. And I was like, oh, that's a 9. If anybody knows about our excitometers. We're not doing scores on these episodes because there's too much, but that one is up there. It was actually a mini series in the 80s, and it's based on a James Clavell book.
Okay.
So there's a lot behind it. I think it was one of the most successful television miniseries of all time.
Whoa.
Back when like those were huge events because they didn't happen as often. Now there's like a million shows, but it looks awesome, and hopefully it pays off.
Yeah, I was actually thinking after watching Blue Eye Samurai, like how amazing, like I love it. It's an animation show or in animation. And I was thinking like, how amazing would this be in live action? Right. Like it kind of felt like a Game of Thrones in a weird way. I mean, obviously without the dragons and all that, but it had a lot of the same like elements. And I just felt like
violence.
Yeah, the violence, the sex, everything. And I just felt like that could be like a really big show. So yeah, we'll see. And that got renewed for a second season. So who knows when that's coming out.
What was so cool about Blue Eye Samurai is that it was animated and they could do whatever they wanted.
Yes, of course.
It's like so many of the shots in the fighting would simply be impossible on live action. But then live action also gives you like a little more because it's like actually humans. So I'm excited. Although do we immediately oversaturate Imperial Japan? We'll see.
I don't think many people saw Blue Eye Samurai.
Well, they should. It's great. Highly recommend. Next, speaking of Blue Eye Samurai, what a fantastic lead-in. Mr. and Mrs. Smith is being adapted into a television show starring Donald Glover and Maya Erskine, who is the voice of the titular Blue Eye Samurai.
Wasn't this supposed to be Phoebe Waller-Bridge originally?
I have no idea. Maybe.
And also, did you forget about True Detective? Not January.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I moved it. Oh, wait. Oh, God. Did I mess up this whole thing? I think. Okay. So these are all new shows.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
I described it wrong because there are not that many returning shows that we know a date for. We'll get to True Detective. These are all new shows that we know a month for. Sorry. That's my fault. She's also in Pen 15. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Donald Glover, it could be, I think it'll be like significantly better than the movie. Sure. But that is on Amazon.
Yes. I feel like, I've heard about this for years now.
Yeah. Old Donnie Gloves. Next in February, new show, but like a third iteration on this show. Avatar: The Last Airbender is getting a Netflix live action adaptation. So there is obviously like a 60 episode animated series that already exists. And then there is M. Night Shyamalan's live action movie that people don't like to talk about.
Yeah, people hate it.
And then there have been multiple Netflix live action adaptations into shows. One Piece was really good. We didn't even watch it, but people did not like the Cowboy Bebop show that they made. So kind of 50-50 here. I think it could be really good. I watched like the first season, I think, of the cartoon. I don't really remember it, but it's a really cool idea. And then finally, new show in February, coming to Netflix. we'll see about this one, but it is the Vince Staples Show. So Vince Staples is a rapper that I enjoy. He found himself on the latest season of Abbott Elementary, so I guess he's dabbling in acting. And now he is making a show akin to the Dave, the Little Dicky show, I think. It's a comedy where he plays himself, kind of.
So this could be really good.
It could be really good. It could be fine. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Next month, March. New shows in March. The Regime is coming to HBO, and it is led by Kate Winslet. It is a political satire about the government of a fake European country. Will Tracy, who was a writer on Succession and the writer of The Menu, is at the helm of this show.
I liked him.
Yeah.
Or I liked that.
Like that. And Kate Winslet, always good. HBO, always good. We'll see.
Yeah.
Next, Kristen Wiig. Finally coming back. It feels like she had this. Everyone was excited when she left SNL to like do things, and she hasn't done many things. But maybe that's her choice, her prerogative. But she is making a comedy for Apple. It is called Palm Royale, and it is a comedy about the Palm Beach high society.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be really funny. She's really talented, so we'll see.
That actually sounds hilarious.
Like it could be great.
Well, she was in like Mar and Star Go to Miss
Right, it feels similar.
So I feel like
I think more
really
serious, more like realistic than that.
Yeah, well,
like not as over the top, but yeah, potentially really cool.
And that's Apple.
That's Apple. Apple actually has a lot of interesting shows this year, including Masters of the Air that we already talked about. Speaking of Apple, Irma, you're so good at these transitions. There's a show coming to Peacock called Apples Never Fall. And it is the same author as Big Little Lies and 9 Perfect Strangers. It's a family drama / mystery with Annette Bening and Sam Neill. And like there's murderous intrigue, I think.
Okay.
And that's Peacock.
All right.
So it could be one of those like sultry adult.
So no Nicole Kidman overacting.
No Nicole Kidman in this one, but we got one coming up with her.
Oh, can't wait.
And the last show, new show coming out in March that we know about is potentially the biggest, the most risky, the most interesting show of this entire year. Benioff and Weiss of Game of Thrones are back, show running a show that's unadaptable. It is a massive not problematic, but like a massive undertaking, super risky, coming to Netflix, called The 3-Body Problem, a very famous Chinese sci-fi book that is most beloved. I haven't read it, but again, these guys are adapting what most people thought was unadaptable.
I mean, people said that about Game of Thrones.
Exactly, and many other things in the past. And then, yeah, I mean, people don't love how Game of Thrones landed the plane, but I think that this is the most interesting show coming out this year.
Well, I feel like they need a source text.
Sure, absolutely. It could be a disaster, or it could be great.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
And then in April, the last new show that we know is coming out in April is called Fallout. You like video game adaptations? Here's another one. The Last of Us from last year, I feel like opened the door to these can be good. And Fallout, I love the Fallout games. These are ones I've actually played. Hey, also, I don't like... So
are you excited for this?
Yes. I've seen one picture and it looks awesome. Jonah Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother who did Westworld, is involved, executive producer-esque. It's coming to Amazon. There's like a lot of hype because this is, once again, Amazon is dropping bags to launch a potential massive franchise, much as they did with Rings of Power. Like, I feel like they're trying a few big things, and this is one of them.
But hopefully it looks good. Hopefully they have good world building, because the Rings of Power was on the world building, and Wheel of Time, that was terrible on the costuming and the look of it. It was just terrible. Yeah.
Do you know Fallout at all? It's a post-apocalyptic nuclear. Everything's fudged, and there's like robots, and There's like mutated people. Walton Goggins is playing a guy with like no face. Who's in the games, kind of like this weird semi-narrator-esque character they use in the games. I hope it's really good.
Yeah,
we'll see. And now, unknown releases of all new shows. Lots of new shows. A show coming to Apple called Sugar, starring.
Wait, so are you not going to do like the shows that are coming back?
That's next.
This is confusing. Okay.
This is all new shows.
So then you're going to go back to like January, February.
Yeah, but there's like 2 returning shows that we know when they're coming out.
Okay.
You'll see. A show called Sugar coming to Apple, starring Colin Farrell, described as a genre-bending sci-fi murder mystery featuring Farrell as an LA detective. Great. So many murder mysteries. I like to start differentiating between whodunits and murder mysteries. So I don't know which one this is, but they're definitely different. So I don't want to say that we're getting oversaturated by murder mysteries because
like
they're 2 different
thriller
kinds. Right.
Aspect.
Like Murder at the End of the World was a murder mystery, not really a whodunit.
Yeah.
Whereas like,
and then there were none.
Well, sure, but that didn't come out recently. Anyway, but like those ones where it's like a very specific, like whatever. You guys get it. Next, Netflix, a show called Ripley. It's based on a book. There are so many things where I'm about to say so many things are based on a book. And this is starring Andrew Scott coming off his sexy performance in All of Us Strangers. You're going to love this. You're going to love this description. 1960s Italy, when a wealthy industrialist hires Ripley, played by Andrew Scott, to lure his son back home. It leads Tom, who's Andrew Scott's character, down a horrible path of fraud and murder. Could be cool.
And what's that on?
That's on Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like a big one. Netflix has like, because it's just so many more people, like things become part of the zeitgeist. Like Apple things get lost a lot because they don't have as many.
Netflix stuff.
True, if they don't promote it enough, but like there'll be things that just like everybody is seeing.
Like it's not on the top. A lot of people like it's hard to find.
That's true. This one feels like it's gonna be a biggie. I like pretty surprised. This one surprised me. I don't even know what to think about it. Again, Netflix. It is called 0 Day, and it's starring Angela Bassett plays the president.
Angela Bassett did the thing.
And she's doing the thing again as the president. And then Robert De Niro is playing a former president who comes out of retirement to help Angela deal with a devastating cyber attack. It's also starring Jesse Plemons, Dan Stevens, Connie Britton, and Lizzie Kaplan.
Whoa, that's a stacked cast.
All of this sounds awesome. The one thing about that description that I was like, the fudge? We need an old white man coming to help Angela Bassett.
Thinking the same thing.
Get out of here, old white man.
Yeah.
Just let Bassett handle it.
I think she's got it.
She
is Wakanda.
Yeah. So like I'm hesitant. Like get out, De Niro. You're done. Figure it out.
I assume like in the show she asks for his help.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, no, I know.
It's just that struck me as like weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Why are we doing that right now?
Yeah, why are we doing that?
But of course it could be good. That cast is like stacked. Crazy one, Irma. A historic filmmaker is coming to television. Alfonso Cuarón is making a television show for Apple. Apple just dropping bags left and right. Alfonso Cuarón is creating the show called Disclaimer, and it stars Cate Blanchett, who plays a famed TV journalist, Catherine Ravenscroft, whose career is built on revealing the secrets of respected institutions. But then there are personal secrets and such that come out, and things get wacky and more intrigue. There's like a lot of these, it sounds like murderous, sultry, Cate Blanchett, Sacha Baron Cohen, Leslie Manville, Kevin Kline, more. We're just blasting out the biggies.
Love it.
It could be really cool. I mean, obviously Alfonso Cuarón, legend.
Yeah.
And now he's making television, which is crazy.
I mean, it's amazing.
HBO. We got to get back to HBO. Although this one we actually talked about. I don't remember why or when. Armando Iannucci, of the creator of Veep and The Thick of It and Avenue 5, is now taking on the superhero movie genre. It's called franchise, and it's like the behind the scenes Veep vibe of making a Marvel movie, which feels like, what's his name already did this? Apatow.
Oh, that's a long time ago then.
And Iannucci is obviously really funny, and it could be good. I'm just like, I'm waiting to see about this one.
I'm sure this is going to be really funny. Yeah. I mean, Veep was hilarious, and I kind of love that HBO is doing this. They're kind of saying like, Marvel, your time is done. Yeah, and they're making fun of it.
I feel like picking on superhero movies at this point is like low hanging fruit.
Yes,
like it's like the world's easiest thing to do. Like they even did it. In My Month of Zach, like 2010 superhero movie, the parody movie came out and they were already doing it. And now we're like 13 years later. But yeah, it also could be really good. Oh, this one I have a long description of. Showtime. I think I put this because it sounds.
I thought Showtime doesn't exist anymore.
All right, Showtime exists. It's in the Paramount universe. I don't know where you can watch it. Paramount. It's called It's called A Gentleman in Moscow. Ewan McGregor, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Ooh.
Did you know that they're a real life couple?
Yes.
I did not. So now I know. This one is based on a book. So many based on books. In the Russian set thriller, McGregor plays Count Alexander Rostov, who is banished by the Soviet tribunal to live in an attic hotel room for decades after the revolution. As years pass, he builds a new life for himself inside the walls of the hotel, while tumultuous events take place outside. That sounds crazy.
Wait, so who does Mary Elizabeth Winstead play?
Don't know. Probably someone that stays at the hotel.
And they fall in love.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Something happens.
Weird.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay. Well, Ewan McGregor, I don't know. Like, I do like him, but he's, he had that Ruskin. No, not Ruskin. Houston show.
Oh.
And it was okay. And I don't know. And then obviously he was in Solo.
Obi-Wan.
And that was okay. I guess we'll see.
We'll see about that one. Next, Netflix. More Netflix. This one is called The Perfect Circle. In quotes, the frothy murder mystery.
This is with Emma. No,
this is the one I alluded to earlier.
Yeah.
The frothy murder mystery centers on the wealthy Wilbury family in Nantucket. It's starring Nicole Kidman and Dakota Fanning. Coming to Netflix. More murder mysteries, more intrigue. Love. More, sultry intrigue.
Why not? Sure.
Why not? That's like 3 shows I just read that sound all the same.
Yeah.
With different actors. And that's on Netflix. Next, The Sympathizer, coming to Max. And this is Park Chan-wook, who did Old Boy and directed a bunch of other stuff.
So is this his first US, like first English language?
No, outside of Old Boy, he's done like other stuff that's just like been fine. I feel like he's been coasting off Old Boy for a long time.
Yeah.
But Vietnamese American spy thriller based on a Pulitzer Prize winning book. It's starring Robert Downey Jr. is in it as I think he might be the antagonist, but apparently he does like a lot of different disguises. They're moving him around. But then the Vietnamese American, he's like young, but he moved from, I think he was a spy or something in Vietnam, and then he moved to America and he's doing like spying for something.
Cool. I love spy.
We love spies. Irma specifically loves spies.
Well, Slow Horses must be coming back next fall.
Yeah, I don't think it's official, so I don't have it on there, but I assume so.
I mean, we literally saw a preview for it at the end of Slow Horses.
No, I know it's like official that's being made. I just don't know when it's coming out.
I bet next fall.
Yeah.
I feel like they're very consistent.
And then the final, actually, that's not true. These are all like, I put them in the drama categories, as you can tell what they are. FX, Hulu on FX, another psychological thriller starring Elizabeth Moss, called The Veil.
Oh, boy.
A psychological thriller by Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight, in which two women travel from Istanbul to Paris and engage in a deadly game as one possesses a secret the other has to expose before thousands of lives are lost. All of these shows sound like super serious.
I know. Can we get a comedy in here? When Survivor come back? April.
Yeah. No, March, I think, actually.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I'm sure like some of these will be really good. They're also, that's like what, 7, 8, not 10 shows dispersed throughout the year. I'm sure we're going to miss some of these. And then
The Bear must be coming back, right?
Yeah. These are, again, all new shows.
Okay.
Now, a huge amount of genre/nerd stuff.
So you really broke this down into categories.
Yeah, kind of. Actually, not kind of. Yes. New, but these are all new or like spin-offy, but not like season 2. First, speaking of Dune from our last episode, Dune Prophecy is going to be a show on Max, and it is a prequel spin-off about the Bene Gesserit.
The witches, the women.
Yes.
So what's her face from Silo is in this, no?
I actually don't know who's in the cast. That's as far as I got.
Pretty sure the mom. I forget her name.
Oh.
Whoever's the Silo girl.
Oh, wait. She's the person in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, she is not in this. It's before that.
Oh, she's not in the show. For some reason, I thought she was.
This is before them.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, I love Dune. As long as it looks as cool. I mean, I don't know how they can do it on a TV budget, but yeah. Yeah. It has potential.
Well, it'll be like more dark caves as opposed to like massive outdoor flyings and stuff.
Yeah.
But it is on Max, so like it's all connected. I have a question for you with this next one. Do you want to watch all of Orphan Black?
No. Because
Orphan Black is coming back with a legacy sequel on TV. It is Orphan Black Echoes. Maslany is not in it. Tatiana Maslany is not in it. I started reading about who it is, but then I really do want to watch Orphan Black. And I think the person is like tangentially related to the show. But that is coming to AMC also. So you don't want to do a Doctor Who-esque catch up.
No, I'm already doing it with Doctor Who.
So maybe that'll be a Zach time catching up on Orphan Black in time for this sequel, spinoff, whatever. That's on AMC. And now we've got a few Marvel things. Actually, not that. 2 Marvel things. Agatha Darkhold Diaries is finally coming, although they are not confirming when. So they could continue pushing things back if they really wanted to. Catherine Hahn, the Agatha from the WandaVerse.
Well, so this is
WandaVision,
I guess is technically new. Yeah.
Is getting, it's a spinoff. Is getting her own show, which was supposed to come out. They changed the name. They pushed it back. We'll see. Yeah, we'll watch it when it comes out. We'll go, that was okay. Or maybe this will finally be good. And then that's on Disney, obviously. And then in the same vein, Daredevil is coming officially to the MCU. He was in something, right? Charlie Cox was Daredevil in one of the things.
Well, he was in like the Hulk TV show.
Oh, She-Hulk.
Right? And then he was also in Spider-Man, like one of them.
Right. So this is called Daredevil Born Again. And I think it's like the Netflix Daredevil is like canon at this point. Like they're taking it. Charlie Cox is in it. What's Hujima Dinky, the villain, Kingpin is in it. The same guy, D'Onofrio, is in it. So like that show was really good. I don't know what Disney's going to do with it.
So this is coming out this year? Because I know like there was like discourse where they like, I think shot it all, like a lot of it or most of it. And then they scrapped it. And now they had to do like, they fully reshot the whole season. So
yeah, I don't know any of that, but apparently it's coming out this year. But again, with Disney especially, we shall see. Actually, in the same vein, the same vein as Dune, is like a WB property, Warner Brothers property, making a show, the Colin Farrell Penguin spinoff of the Batman franchise.
I'm excited for this. Is that weird?
No, I think it could be really cool. Batman is not in it.
Yeah.
The Penguin doing his crime in like that
this
same universe.
This is based off of the Robert Pattinson Batman.
Which is having a sequel, but not coming out this year. Could be really good.
Yeah.
Could
that was
fine.
a great performance. So
Colin Farrell's always
I feel
good.
like you didn't even know it was Colin Farrell. You know what I mean?
You're right.
No, I don't mean you, but I just mean like.
So this is actually 2 Colin Farrell shows.
Yeah.
If you listen to the movie one we just did, there's a lot of actors doing multiple movies this year. 2 Colin Farrell shows coming out. We love Colin Farrell. And now we got 2 Star Wars. Another one where Disney started pushing things back, not putting it all out as much. Is Mandalorian season 4 coming out? Not sure. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Not on this list. Actually, maybe poof. I don't even know. A show called The Acolyte.
Oh, okay.
Which sounds maybe interesting. It is in the time period of the High Republic, 100 years before the birth of Anakin Skywalker, which I kind of want.
Yeah.
Because
we're done with the Skywalkers. And they'll put a Skywalker in
somehow
this.
They'll be connected to the Skywalkers. But even without the Skywalkers, like the Filoni-verse and the Mandalorian, so that's all connected. I find myself being like, okay, when was this? Okay, was it after, before? Who is involved? Like trying to connect it to when in the movies they are. And this one is just like the movies do not matter. This is just before it, which is like so clear and easy for me to understand.
Yes.
So like in that case, I'm excited for it. Agreed. Give me Star Wars without it having to do with anything I have to know.
Yes.
Too much homework.
Right.
And then in the exact opposite vein, Skeleton Crew starring Jude Law is coming out, and it is in the time period of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But what makes me intrigued is that they're calling it a coming of age tale. So it's like kids coming of age in the Star Wars universe, which we love a coming of age tale.
And also I love Jude Law. I miss him.
Yes.
I miss him. I haven't seen him in so long. Except that the last thing we saw him in was that like weird island cult show on HBO.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been the last thing.
Right?
I don't know. He was a voice in something we just watched.
Okay.
I don't know. Not that voices matter that much. And 2 cartoons. So obviously both of those Star Wars things are on Disney.
I think we need to stop calling them cartoons.
Animated series.
Yeah.
X-Men 97. Finally coming back. I feel like this has been, again.
Did you watch this growing up?
Yes. Every Saturday, basically. I love X-Men was my favorite cartoon. Back then those were cartoons.
Those were.
Saturday morning cartoons. This is that. This is they're picking up where it left off.
Oh.
It looks similar.
So are you going to rewatch it?
I was thinking about it. I actually started, let me be candid. When they announced this, it's been years they announced this. I was like, okay, I'm going to rewatch all of the old X-Men's. And the voice acting drove me nuts. I couldn't do it. The Storm's voice, no offense to whoever did it, is so over the top. It is really difficult to watch. But maybe I will. I'll get past that. But yeah, that's really cool. Total throwback. Side note, not on this list, but they're also doing a Transformers thing, very much the same for Netflix with like celebrities, but it's like a television show animated.
Cool.
But I was like, whatever, Transformers. And then one that's totally Zach and so weird that they're actually doing this. It is called Kite Man Hell Yeah. And it is. Is
that you just being excited for Kite Man?
No, that's literally what it's called with an exclamation point. It is Kite Man from the Harley Quinn show is getting his own show. And he is so funny and he's become even more integral to the Harley Quinn show.
Well, he's the one who's like married to Poison Ivy.
Well, he was dating Poison Ivy, but then they broke up because now they're in a lovely lesbian relationship with Harley. And then he's like the scorned lover, but he's so funny. It's so stupid. He's kite. He flies as a kite. It's so funny. It's coming to Max. And that is it for new shows. How many new shows was that?
Too many.
Too many is correct.
And there's going to be way more that we don't even.
That is 31 new shows.
Okay.
That's a lot. Inevitably, we will not be watching all of those dramas that I said. That was 9 very similar sounding dramas. We're not going to watch them all. So we'll see. Maybe we will. Who knows? Now,
we'll try our best.
Returning shows. Irma already alluded to it, and it comes out very soon. I think like next week. True Detective season 4, starring Jodie Foster, somewhere in Alaska. More murderous intrigue, actually.
Yeah, but
True Detective has like a formula. Again, this is a murder mystery, but it's not a whodunit.
Well, this is the first True Detectives that is being showrun by a woman.
Oh, yes.
So I'm excited. Jodie Foster.
Foster, who's coming off hot, potentially getting nominated for Naiad in things. So she's got like 2 things to promote. It's a good timing for her as she tries to promote both. She's always good.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. This is the show that I kept getting confused with Murder at the End of the World with.
Right, because there's snow.
This is snow.
February. So that's January. February returning show, Curb Your Enthusiasm. The rumored, he says, final season.
Series finale.
Yeah, season 12, series finale on HBO, of course. Larry David, one of the best shows ever.
Comedian genius.
He's
Comedy
hilarious.
genius. Yeah.
Not much else to say about that one.
Yeah.
We'll be watching it. And that is actually it on things we know are when they're coming out.
I also know something else. Doctor Who, the new season 14 is coming out in May 2024. So
wow.
I have a bit of time. I'm in season 7 of the new Who with Matt Smith. I am enjoying it. It is delightful. It's not for everyone, which I understand, but I'm trying to, I was like, Nguti Gatwa I'm sorry, how do you say his name?
Nguti Gatwa.
Nguti Gatwa is going to be the new Doctor Who. And so I'm just like watching it, catching up for him. Though I've heard you don't need to, you could just jump in, but whatever.
There'll be Easter eggs and you'll know. You want to be on the in. It's an incredible achievement Irma's doing. Just blasting through 12 seasons.
I'm really enjoying it. I mean, it helps when David Tennant and then Matt Smith are the main characters. I mean, Karen Gillan is in this one. Like, it's actually really cool to see like all of these like guest stars and people pop up and you're like, oh my God, that person. Like James Corden has been in 2 of them. I don't know. Like,
yeah, it feels like the lighthearted Game of Thrones, where it's like, if you are a British actor, you are in this show.
Oh, 100%.
But that was like Game of Thrones was like the very serious version of that. And Doctor Who is like James Corden can be on it as well.
Yeah.
But it's like, I didn't even realize that Karen Gillan for like
I think this is where she started.
Right. So
this is also where Matt Smith started too.
Right.
Yeah. He didn't do anything before this.
Speaking of Game of Thrones. Oh, House of the Dragon, which we're about to get to. Irma, great segue. House of the Dragon season 2, HBO, coming out at some point this year. I think this one actually might be March and I just mislabeled it. But
right. I did hear that it was trying to come out before like that Emmy window right before, so you don't forget about it. Because I'm actually surprised that the first season got snubbed at the Emmys. Because some of the
fully snubbed?
Fully snubbed.
What?
Which is crazy.
Even the actresses?
Didn't it? I'm almost positive. But we'll see.
We'll talk about it. It was really good. The first season, there has been discourse, which I kind of agree with, but maybe it wouldn't have been as good if they could have done the younger girls as a full first season and then moved it to the women. Like, I kind of totally forgot that there was like 4 or 5 episodes where the 2 main actresses weren't even in it because they were young.
Yeah, but I also think like this whole thing is like not the epilogue, but like is like such a short part of the book. And now like the rest of it is like what the actual book is about.
Dun, dun, dun.
So it's just kind of like they tried, but to give you that background, but
it should be great. We're excited for it. Next, The Boys season 4 is coming out at some point this year. Oh, and I've just realized that I didn't put networks on the rest of these, but I think I know most of them. This is Amazon, obviously. The Boys. So it's actually been 2 years since The Boys season 3, and then broken up by Gen V, which we liked generally.
Yeah, I kind of don't really remember where this 3rd season left off, though I'm sure I could just watch a thing.
Yeah, I remember vaguely. Something bad.
It's always something bad.
Something bad. Homelander killed X.
Yeah.
Next, the biggest one. Irma already talked about it. The Bear season 3 is coming out, I assume, near the end of the springish, end of the year sometime. FX on Hulu. Best show on television. Best thing ever. Season 3. So the creator, Christopher Storer, I believe the whole time has said he from the jump had a 3-season arc. So I don't know if this will be the end or if they'll continue on. But I think the original idea was like, we have 3 seasons and then we'll see.
And I kind of like that. Like, I don't think people need to go on to like 5-7 seasons. Like, it gets to be too much. So like, if it's 3 seasons, like, cool, keep it at 3 seasons. Similar to, Reservation Dogs. Like, that was 3 seasons and then they ended it, you know? So like, stick to your guns. Yeah,
it's both a very specific story. Mm-hmm. You know, it's about a guy opening up a restaurant.
Yeah.
But then it's also like, in that case, if that's the story you want to tell, you like, there's the road is paved. Like, now, whatever, if you saw the show, it was the opening of it and like a bit of a meltdown, and now presumably the success of it, but who knows based on this show. But then also they've built these characters that like literally I would watch them do anything.
Yeah.
Like Ayo Adebri's character could just be like completely separate and I would watch that. Mm-hmm. So like it could go either way, where the 4th season, Jeremy Allen White's not even in it and it's just something else.
Yeah.
Like Ayo doing her own thing.
Yeah. Could be about Joel McHale.
Could be about Joel McHale. Right. A prequel series. Next, season 3 of Hacks on HBO or Max.
Finally.
Actually, this is a Max.
Oh my God, I've missed the show.
Fantastic comedy about stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
Coming of age as well. A girl finding her way. A young woman finding her way.
And it's insanely funny.
So funny. Next. I should just stop screaming.
Yeah.
Next.
It's kind of annoying.
Sorry, everybody. Following.
Just go into the next thing.
Also on HBO. Industry is finally coming back. Season 3. We talked about one of the actresses in our movie ones because she is playing Amy Winehouse in a movie this year. And then we talked about Mahala. Apparently she's only going by her first name now, was in Leave the World Behind. And actually, like, a lot of these actors have been doing a lot of different things that they're always good in. I talked about season 2, I think at one point on this podcast, but it was very early because it's been a while. I loved season 1 and 2, except for the last 5 minutes. So I'm really interested to see what they do because I was so mad about the last 10 minutes of the last season. It didn't make any sense, but they cliffhangered it for what will now be season 3. And it's always, it's great.
And there's a new person coming in the show.
Jon Snow is coming to the industry world to slaughter everybody.
Yeah. And I feel like, I forget where I heard this, but it's in the same world as Succession.
Yeah.
Like that they've like said Kendall Roy's name or something.
Said his name.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
Sure. Showtime. Season 3 of Yellow Jackets is coming out at one point this year.
I like this show, but sometimes it goes a little off the rails.
Yeah, we talked about it actually at length this year. Because I loved season 1. Irma liked it enough. Definitely, she really liked it. Season 2, the flashback, the younger girls is very good.
Yeah.
The older women is very bad at this point.
I don't think so. I don't think it's very bad.
I think it's like kind of really bad.
I don't think it's very bad. I just think it's like not as compelling as the younger women.
Yeah. And then also, so there's a Netflix movie that just came out called Society of Snow, which I didn't realize was coming out. But another podcast I listened to, last podcast on the left, did a whole series about the Uruguayan rugby team that crash landed in the Andes. And it's like very similar. So I don't know if maybe season 3 things are going to happen where they plan an escape or plan a rescue. We'll see. But I was like, wow, this is very similar. But I guess you crash a plane, you're going to start eating people.
And if you play sports and are teammates.
True, exactly. Like it was even similar like that, except they switched the genders because the rugby, they were all guys. Rings of Power season 2 is coming back. We talked about it just before on Amazon. The Lord of the Rings I don't even know. It's a prequel? I can't even remember what happened.
It's the Silmarillion, however you say it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was like the creation of Mordor.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't I think it was good.
Are you pretending not to be a nerd?
No, like some things it's just like with Star Wars, it's like there's just too much to keep up with. I can't keep up with all this.
I actually really liked this. I thought it was good. I enjoy watching it. It's just, I love fantasy. I love when it's like a different world, and I don't know. I think I'm excited. Yeah,
I think it's become very clear over this year of podcasting that Irma is far more into the genre fantasy stuff. And I've been growing tired of it because it's so much to keep up with. I feel like you need one show and then you just know all about it, or like one universe. But to keep up with all of it, it's so much homework. So I don't remember one single thing that happened on this show.
It's also because you fall asleep during our TV time, and I have to explain everything, and I get annoyed, and so I just dumb it down for you because it's just easier.
I also confuse it because I think it was coming out at the same time as the House of the Dragon. And like that one I'm able to keep up with.
They were the same time.
But it's like young women doing dirty stuff. Okay. And like, like that House of the Dragon I'm far more into. But I mean, I'm going to watch Rings of Power. Peacock, Poker Face Season 2.
Wow.
Is coming back. Natasha Lyonne, Ryan Johnson, Mystery of the Month. Did we like Poker Face Season 1? It was good enough.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, it got a little repetitive and whatever. I think it was a little too long of a season, but in general, it's just like a good show compared to like all of these super serious intrigue shows. Like, it's good to have a show like this.
Yeah, she's goofing on things. She finds out it's murder mysteries, basically, but without the drama.
This is like a whodunit.
True. Yeah, these are more classic.
You're the one who tried to differentiate.
Right. That is
gotta get it right, Zach. If you're going to be the one,
certainly sways closer to whodunit. Next, Apple.
You're back to the next.
I have an inside source. Filming. We were skeptical because it didn't start right back up after the strikes ended. Severance Season 2 officially starts filming again tomorrow.
I thought it was done filming and they just had like a little bit.
No, it got cut off right in the middle.
Oh.
But they start filming again. So presumably Severance Season 2 will come out at some point this year. And that is exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting.
Because not only was it fantastic, such an interesting idea, Ben Stiller, awesome. They left it on like one of the best cliffhangers of television I can remember.
I feel like I don't even remember the cliffhanger.
I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah.
But like,
Andrew Scott, right? Not Andrew Scott. Adam Scott.
Adam Scott. Yeah. And then a bunch of people.
Yes.
It was so good. So we're excited for that. This one's for Irma. Actually, a few of these next ones are for Irma.
Wow. That's new.
Emily in Paris, Season 4 on Netflix. Oh, Severance is on Apple. I don't think I said. Emily in Paris, Season 4 on Netflix, coming out some point this year.
Woo! I feel like it has come out in the spring, so I assume it'll come out in the spring.
You heard it here first. Spring, probably.
Maybe.
Abbott Elementary, Season 3 on ABC. The first season got a lot of buzz. Mm-hmm. We thought it was fine. Not fine. Good. Season 2 was very good. Yeah. Season 2 kind of got into its own, and it was really, really good. So Season 3 presumably will continue establishing itself as a very fantastic, actually the only show on normal TV I have listed in this whole thing.
What about Ghosts? I think
Ghosts is coming back.
Yeah. We like Ghosts. I didn't put
that. We do like Ghosts.
What about Grand Crew? Is that not coming back?
I didn't see it. I don't even know. I would have to check if it's even
Nicole Byers is too busy with Wipeout.
Yeah. Yeah. And other things. She was just in something I watched. Oh, Good Burger 2.
God.
All right. We're almost there. Bridgerton. Another one for Irma. Bridgerton Season 3 on Netflix.
I'm excited for this. That's it.
Yeah. Did it leave off anything? What's like the intrigue?
So it's like a period piece. It's like a Jane Austen-ish.
Sexy Jane Austen.
Well, it's based on books, and each season has been a different book about. So I think Bridgerton, they are like a family. I think they have like 7 kids, and like So it was the first one was one of the kids like falling in love, and so it goes down the line. So this is going to be like the third son or something. I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah, fun. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, it gets sexy and it's fun.
Here's a big one for you. Andor season 2 is coming at one point this year, apparently. We'll
you liked Andor.
Oh, I really liked Andor. You loved Andor.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, so that's exciting. More
Diego
Star
Luna.
Wars stuff. And finally, this is it. Ending on a whimper. I think I actually should have. Well, Andor's a big one. On
a whimper. Oh my God. So this show is going to be.
I was just like, there was so much research to do and I was typing away, adding things. So this was like one of the ones like, okay, I'll add it. Umbrella Academy season 4 on Netflix, which Irma actually stopped watching. So I watched by myself at this point.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, I actually really liked it. I don't know. Remember, I think I just was not in the mood.
Season 2 started getting really wacky and you were like, I just can't. I can't even. Season 3, I can't. Oh, there was like a rival group. Yes, I remember. There was like secrets were unveiled about the dad, and there was like a rival group of mutants, and I can't remember how they ended it. I have no idea what's going to happen, but like the characters are good, the acting's good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun show, but
it's in like a similar vein as The Boys.
Yeah.
So I think like The Boys gets way more of the talk and the hype. This one's actually wackier.
What about Squid Games: The Challenge? That must be coming back.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no reality on here, actually.
Survivor, I already
Survivor's
said.
coming back, and Amazing Race is obviously coming back.
The Bachelor starts soon, if for those who care. Joey's season. I'm kind of excited. Joey's a little cutie.
Wow, you're excited. I feel like you've waned a little.
I have waned.
You ebb and flow with the Bachelor.
I did not watch the shitty wedding. I would never.
Yeah, Golden Bachelor. Do you think they're going to do it again after? I feel like people are just fully turned on it. They haven't
announced it. Yeah, it's a bad look for them. I mean, also this whole wedding thing. It's just like it just feels like they're so attention like hungry. It's like, oh, calm down, guys.
Calm down, guys.
Like just go live your life. I don't know, but I guess once you taste the spotlight, you can't let it go.
Yeah. That is it on TV. I feel like the movies was more exciting. Like, I feel like I have more movies and I'm like, yes. Really, the only one that I am pumped is The Bear coming back. Hacks is good. Industry's good. And I mean, I guess it's like the new movies is easier because you can be like, okay, this director who did X and X and X and these actors, I'm excited. TV is harder when like you.
Well, it's also so spread out.
Yeah. Like we have The Veil with Elizabeth Moss could be awesome.
Yeah. Well,
but I'm not as excited for it because I really have no idea.
Right. Right. I mean, you just have like a list. And so that's how we keep up with it all. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have like Peacock or I don't know, one of these things, like you're just going to miss it. And that's it. So it's just tough. I wonder if maybe like this year, everything's going to like start getting consolidated. I mean, they've already kind of started. Like HBO stuff is on Netflix now. Not all of it,
but. Makes me sad.
I mean, it doesn't. They want more people to watch their shows. So whatever.
Sure. Yeah. The domination of Netflix is weird though. But Netflix has had a good year, I think.
Yeah, of course they did.
I think we
is Wednesday coming back this year?
Unannounced.
Yeah.
Also, like Ortega's being weird.
Yeah.
She dropped out of Scream. She like famously panned Wednesday.
I know she did.
Which is weird.
Weird. Yeah.
The biggest thing she's ever done that made her more famous than anything.
Yeah.
She's like, well, the scripts were bad. Like, hold on a minute, Jenna.
Yeah. Like who are you?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I'm watching you, Jenna. We love you, but we're watching.
Yeah.
But then she's doing Beetlejuice, so we'll see.
All right.
That's it. So much TV.
Yeah, we'll catch up with you guys soon.
We'll get to it. And again, we'll talk about all of this as they actually, when we figure out when they're all coming out. We have Excitometers the beginning of every month, but we'll like actually get a little bit more in depth.
Yeah. I guess the biggest thing coming soon is True Detective, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. And then I think the most interesting is that 3-body problem, which is March, which will be here before you know it.
Oy.
And Shogun. We're excited for Shogun on FX.
Okay, I'm hungry.
Yep. Dinner time.
Thank you to Craig for the production assistance, and thank you to John Welsh for our intro and outro music.
Please subscribe. As we just highlighted in the last 2 episodes, there's a lot we're going to be covering, and then even more that are not on these lists. So subscribe this year. Follow us on Instagram, on X, on TikTok, because that's where you'll get all the news of when the new podcasts come, each new episode. But if you subscribe, it'll just be right there in your feed. Write a review, get us up, talk about us, send out messages to your friends and family. Do you like television? Do you like movies? Zach and Irma are killing it all day, every day. Love you. From our living room to yours, what do you want to watch?